Hello, everybody. This is Debbie, from Teacher Success Coach. Yes. What am I grateful for today? And also my daily wins. Well, my gratitude, as always, one of the first thing I'm always grateful for is the ability to get up in the morning. The fact that I'm up in the morning and the blessedness of another day, the opportunity to do things that I hadn't done the previous day, and the fact that I'm alive. That's a big thing to be grateful for. The fact that I'm alive and I've got opportunity to do things. And other thing I'm grateful for is my family. Also, another thing I'm really grateful for, the fact is God have given me a very powerful mind. And I'm so grateful for that because I use it well. I use it well, but there's still room for improvement. So that's something I'm really grateful for. The ability to use my mind well, even though I could use it better, and the ability to connect my psychology, the fact that I'm a psychologist, the fact that I'm able to use it well. So I'm eternally grateful for that. And the people in my circle. Um, I say to people to do a daily journal. Sorry, correction. A gratitude journal, which means that in the morning when you get up, you identify five or more things that you're grateful for, like from the night to the morning. So one of the things you might demonstrate gratitude is that you are alive. Another thing that you might demonstrate gratitude is, what you are grateful for and what you're going to do. And I also say that in the nighttime, do a gratitude journal. In your gratitude journal, again, you write five things that you're grateful for from the day. So tonight, before I go to my bed, I'm going to write in my normal daily journal what's the event of the day. Sometimes I use it as a brain dumping. Sometimes I use it as, what's going on in the day. And then I go into my gratitude journal and I identify five things I'm grateful for that day. And for today, one of the things I'm grateful for is my ability to help a number of my colleagues today, because some of them have been going through a number of challenges. Yes, we all go through challenges, but some of us are able to navigate it better than others. And some of us need extra, some support in order to navigate it. So that's one of the things I'm grateful for, my ability to support. Another thing I'm grateful for today is there have been so many, the school, the support I'm able to give to the students in the school. And something else was, let me see, there's so many, I'm just trying to pick one in my head. Um, what else I'm grateful for? I had a fantastic day today. I had a truly fantastic day in all sense. There have been a number of things that I became very aware of, and how my attitude to situation, it's just a reminder. Instead of me, looking at how someone have contributed to the situation, I now need to ask myself, how have I contributed to the situation? And as a result of my contribution, how could I change the way I deal with the situation? So it come back to my attitude. So what was my attitude like to that situation? So it's not only about someone else's attitude. You need to also look at your own attitude. How have you contributed to the situation, and what was your attitude like towards that situation? So that's something you need to also look at as well. And my win, oh my goodness, my students have been fantastic. I've said that I don't like going to all girls or gender schools, because I went to one last week and it was awful. in terms of the behavior of the children and the whole setup. I've been to another one. It was a fantastic one. The students were well behaved, they were eager to learn. I spent all day teaching psychology. By the time I finished teaching, my brain was, you know, brain freeze. Because one of the challenges teaching psychology from morning until, until 3 o'clock is a lot. It's a situation where I got into the setup. Whereas if it was my lesson that I had to plan the lesson all day, I would do it in chunks. But when I got to the school, I was told, well, the students doing psychology because it's their option, and here you are. So there was no time for me to think and restructure anything. So I had to run with it. But if I'm to go back to that school, one of the first things I'm going to do is restructure how I teach the student on that day because they need to be taught in chunks. Just teaching, from 9 o'clock until 10:30 or 11:30, that's a lot. In between, I gave the students a break, but I didn't think that the break I gave them was enough in terms of the structure of the lesson. So that's something need to change. But that's also my win because the students were very, very receptive and they really enjoyed the session. And although it was a long day, they produced a lot of work and they really worked well. So that was really fantastic. It was really fantastic. So I actually did have to commend them how well they behaved and how well they actually embraced the setup, etc. So that was a big win for me as well. Okay, something I want to talk about is belief system. Every day, attempt to doubt myself or attempt to be unsure about my belief system. The universe brings in front of me the reminder of how I need to believe in things or believe in what I'm asking for or believe in what I'm doing. I've been getting a lot of reminders. For example, one of the agency called me and I'm thinking, okay, they didn't call me the time they were supposed to call me. So in my head, I already began to switch off that I wasn't going to go to work that day and it was going to be a day of etc. But then the universe reminded me, hold on, why are you quivering in your belief? You do you ask for something and yet still you're doubting that you're going to receive it. And you know what? I got it. So it was a reminder of stop doubting yourself. You need to make sure that when you ask for something, believe that you've got it already. And you need to focus in that direction instead of having doubts of is it possible or is it going to happen? So last week, I had two reminders of that, where I began, in a way, the attemptedness of doubting whether or not what I believe was going to happen was going to happen. And the universe showed me, hold on, you asked for it, you began to believe, but then you started changing your mind, but I'm going to give it to you. So that was a reminder for me. And that's the same thing happening again this week. So I need to start developing my strong belief in things. And when I'm asking for something, sorry, my throat is dry. The hay fever is making me so dry. So those are some of the things I need to remind myself. That's something I'm also bringing to you as well. When you are asking for something, ask with full conviction. Believe as if you've got it. Have full belief in what you want to do and what you have in your mind. You need to be very convicted of that. Another topic I'm talking about is I put something on the group yesterday, which was celebrating your failures. And I'm hearing you guys say, why should I celebrate my failure? Yes, you have to. Because you need to change your mindset about failure. You need to see failure is not failure as complete lost. Failure is an opportunity to see alternative or take a different route. That's something you need to look at when you're looking at failure. You look at it as an alternative and taking a different route, and don't see it as something that is completely lost. Because there's no way you should see failure as a complete lost. Failure is an alternative to see something different, an alternative to see something you didn't see before. Because you might be going in one direction, but as a result of you not completing or you not getting what you want, you are forced to look at an alternative. So that's the way you should see failure, not as a complete loss or something that is no good or something that, it's done. No, failure is an alternative. That's the reason why I say you need to celebrate it. And you need to see the opportunity in the failures. Because believe me, in every failure, there are opportunities. Because maybe that direction you are going is not meant to be the direction you need to go into. You need to change the direction. So, failure is showing you various opportunities, and it also showing you to take a different direction. So, you cannot see failure as a complete loss. My reason for saying celebrating it is to enable you to embrace it and enabling you to see alternative. And as parents and as educators, we need to see failures as not as a stopgap, but as alternative to enable our students and our children and the young people the abilities in the failures, because the failure is enable you to be stronger. It also make you more determined. It should make you determined. However, having said that, some failure also make people give up, but it's not a way of making you give up. It's a matter of opening various doors for you, allowing you to see what is possible on an alternative side, which you have not looked at. So, educators and parents, I urge you to empower young people to see value in failures and to see it as a way of celebrating an alternative. In my class, I say to my students, there's nothing as failures. They're just opportunities and ways of enabling you to learn, also enabling you to rectify things, also enabling you to see beauty in things you never saw. So in my class, there are no failures. They are just alternatives and they're learning curves, and also enabling you to step out of your comfort zone because you had something that you felt so comfortable in doing that when you fail, you are forced to seek alternative, and you're also forced to step out of your comfort zone. And as we know, stepping out of your comfort zone, there are beauty and there are value in stepping out of your comfort zone. It increases your confidence. Yes, it's scary sometimes, but it also increases your confidence and it make you see possibilities and it make you realize that there is something there that you didn't think about. So people, that's one of the reasons why I keep on saying celebrate your failures and look at it as learning, look at it as seeking alternative, look at it as seeking opportunities. um, it also enables you to see what is possible. It also should, I say should, enable you to be determined. And it also increases your belief system. So, hence the reason why I say all the time we need to celebrate our failures. My mother always used to say, failures wasn't made for animals. Failure is made for human beings because it's enable you to learn. Oh my goodness, I get choked up. Anytime I'm talking about mommy, it makes me very, very emotional. Because a lot of things she used to say, I never really understood it until I actually come on this journey myself of self-discovery, of self-development journey. I'm beginning to see what she say, how it resonates with me now and how I could use it because my mother was a woman before her time. So, guys, hence the reason why celebrate your failure. Don't see it as a stopgap. Don't see it as, things end. No, see it as something that is renewed. See it as a new set of opportunities that you never saw before. And celebrate it and find the opportunities within the failures. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic evening, night, morning, wherever you are, and have a great evening. Stay blessed, take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.